Hello guys, welcome to Anita Crochets. My name is Anita. Today we are going to be learning how to make this very simple top. It's a front tie top. It's very simple to achieve, and I'm going to be taking you how to achieve this in just a few steps, and you'll see the result of it and how it has to look like. So fast forward, I'm going to be working with a 6mm hook. Okay, if you're working for a size small, you will just follow the very same steps and just work with a 3.5mm hook or a 4mm hook. Okay, if you're making for size small and extra small. And I'm going to be working with size 4 yarn, and it is Robin 100% acrylic, 100 grams in weight. So let's get started. You will need a pair of scissors and a darning needle to weave in your ends. So I'm going to start off with a knot, and I'll get my hook and insert it into the loop. Okay, so here I'm going to work 23 chains, literally just work 24 chains. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 18 19 20 21 22 23 24. So we have 24 chains, and this is more like our bust, because literally this top just looks like a bandeau top. It's only that for it, it's a front tie top, and it has straps that go all the way to the back of your neck. So you'll work 24 chains. If you're working for a size large, you can go all the way up to like 27 chains. Okay, because I'm figuring the fact that we have to cover the whole of the breast, this has to be a little bit longer so it can cover the whole breast. And if you're working for size extra large or something, you can just work up to 32 chains. But what you can do is, please measure your bust, like from the top of your breasts until down to the ribs. Okay, literally where you want your top to like end. Okay, that's the length you're going to take, and those are the measurements you're going to follow to work this. So here you're going to yarn over, and into the third chain stitch from the hook you are going to work a half double crochet, and you're going to continue working 1 half double crochet into every stitch until you come to the end of your row. So we are done here, and what you are going to do is you're going to chain 2 and turn your work. You're just going to do the same. Into the very first stitch from the hook you'll work a half double crochet, and continue working 1 half double crochet into every stitch until you come to the end of the row. Meanwhile, we are working vertically. If you choose to work horizontally, that's no problem. If you just make sure you're following the right measurements, you can work horizontally, but I feel like it is stressful to work. Then when you have your working vertically, you feel like you just have a very short journey to go and have this whole top complete. So you can just do what you choose. Either work horizontally. I've not done that with the stitch, but if you choose to do that, please just follow the measurements from the center of your bust all the way around back to the center of your bust, and the measurements you get, please make sure your top is like 5 inches short of the whole measurement that you have to work. So here we are at the end of our row, and we are going to chain 2 and just work 1 half double crochet into every stitch, and we are going to do this for a total of, as you can see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 Okay, 8. So 8 times 2 is 16. So we have 17 rows. Okay, so just work this for a total of 17 rows. And once you have your 17 rows, this is what you're going to do. Once you have 17 rows, you will chain 2. Please, I'm just taking you through because I really know this is a very simple top to make. It's just that most of you confuse it because more like it's ties to the front and you're wondering how the back looks like or how it looks at the front or how do I come up with the tie at the front. So it's very, very simple to make, and the magic about the tie is what I'm going to show you, but I know you can just work this whole thing through. Literally, if you don't want to follow this very same pattern I worked, because for me at the back I put a mesh like you can see, and then came back this side and followed the same pattern here this side, so that I work my breast, because this is more like a breast pad and this is a breast pad as well. So here I just followed the same thing I did here, 17 rows of half double crochet, and did the same for this side. So this is my left breast and this is my right breast, and this piece goes all the way to the back. If you feel like you don't want a mesh right here, you can just continue all the way and work 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. Okay, these are 14 rows of double crochet, but if you feel like 14 rows of double crochet, because we're working half double crochet, if you feel like this is not the pattern you want to take, you can just continue working half double crochet all the way until you can wrap it all around yourself and it actually fits perfectly. So for those that are following this pattern, I'm just going to show you how to work your mesh. You're going to chain 4 and skip the very first stitch. Skip the next, because the chain 4, 3 of the chains work as a double crochet and 1 chain is the chain gap that we are going to be skipping. So literally you skip the first stitch because we already have 3 chains acting as our double crochet, and now skip this. Into the third stitch you work a double crochet, okay, chain 1 and skip the next stitch. Into the next stitch you work a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, into the next you work a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, into the next you work a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, into the next you work a double crochet, and this is what you are going to do until you come to the end of your row. And once at the end of your row, you're just going to repeat the very same pattern, chain 4, work a double crochet into the double crochet stitch of the previous row until you have the total of rows that I have counted for the mesh that I worked, because now this was for a size medium, a bust that is 35 37 inches wide. So here you chain 4, yarn over, work a double crochet into the next stitch like the double crochet of the previous row, chain 1, work a double crochet onto the double crochet of the previous row, okay, like that. So that's how you do it, and after that you will just come back and work. Okay, let me just complete this so I show you how to work your half double crochet stitches. This is very simple, easy breezy. You can just work it even if you're a beginner, even if you're an advanced crocheter. I believe this is very, very simple. I just needed to show you because a lot of people have requested for it, and I believe the confusing bit about it is the front tie and how one comes up with the front tie. That's what people really want to see and know. So here you will chain 2. Now this is to get you back to the half double crochet stitches after you have crocheted all the rows that you have to work like this. Remember I said if you're working for a size small or size extra small, you will just follow the very same steps but work with a smaller hook. That's a 3.5 or 4mm hook. So here you will just work a half double crochet into the very first stitch, and then yarn over, work a half double crochet into the chain gap, yarn over, work a half double crochet into the next stitch that's on top of the double crochet of the previous row, and just do this until you get to the end of your row. And there you will have gotten back to the half double crochet stitches, and now you will work 17 rows of the half double crochet stitches, and I'll count that complete for your top. Okay, so the only trick about it is you just get one side of your top. When you fold it like this is going to be very simple. Literally you can just work a rectangle, okay, a long rectangle, more like how you literally just work a normal tube top, okay, or bandeau top. So you will just put longer, like work longer chains, because I figure these are the straps going to go all the way back your neck. And now when you're working your borders like I did, literally just work single crochets. Sorry, I meant to say single crochets. So you work 2 single crochets into every double crochet post here, and now here you just work 1 single crochet into every half double crochet post, okay, until you come to the end. And once at the end right here, you will work 50 chains. This is for the strap of your bust, okay, and then come all the way, work your borders, and then right here you put a longer strap, okay, because this goes all the way back to your neck. So as you can see, it is just a rectangle, and here you will just get this the 50 chains of the straps that you put right here, and these are the ones that are going to be tied like this. Tied to your front like that, and this will go all the way to the back. So this is how our top will look like on the body. So literally it's very hard to figure out how it actually came out, because someone is saying it's slanted, but also, you know, covering the boobs and all that. If you work your rectangle and you find that your breasts are popping, that means you have worked the short length you need to work for your breast pad. So you'll just work a few more rows on both sides, so you can have, or you can just work a very good border, maybe a shell stitched border or a mesh border. I have really worked this top very many times that I have tried to change its pattern, tried to change the way it has to look, worked it in several colors with my leftover yarn. So you can just play around with this, you'll get a very good result. Or you can just get any bandeau tops that you have and just decide to revamp them and have them look this cool, okay, and then wear them like it is new, wear them like it is, you know. It's very, very simple to achieve, very simple and very good for all sizes. Even large can be worked, you know. So you can just play around with this top. I have put the mesh bottom, bikini bottom tutorial already, so, and it's usually what I make on this top. It's more like the go with whenever I make this top, so you can just also scroll down and watch the video as well, because I believe it's also good to learn from. So let me see you all in my next tutorial. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.